Hey, Billy from Perma Pastures Farm. Well, as you can see, I'm not at the farm. I'm actually broke down on the side of the road, serpentine belt in this old truck just kaput on the way here. But thank God that it didn't happen another couple of miles down the road, because there's like a massive drop off to where I was going. And where I was going was over to Ben and Meg's Holler's place for really a couple of things. Tony from the Confessionals podcast, great podcast, was heading over there to pick up a couple of pigs, and William was going to help out. Plus, not only to have, good fellowship with friends over there, but also I wanted to bring to you a different way of doing chickens that gets you exactly to the same spot. Now, Ben has, devised his own method of doing things after having done this for a while, and being the consummate autodidact that he and his family are. He gets the information out there and then, takes what's useful. Well, that's what I wanted to present to you today. That ain't going to happen. Instead, there's another of a few lessons going on here. Number one, and I'm going to lay myself bare here because of all the talk I have about stay alert, stay alive, and preparedness. Well, it can happen to the best of us when you're not prepared. And there's a number of other things going on here, but I figured I'd reflect on some of that. First one being, here I am driving down the road, got no backup water. My fault, you big dummy. And then all the tools I would typically have in that truck box, I don't have with me. I left them out of the house. I took it out doing something else and never put them back in. And it's kind of a demonstration of what I think is my own personal stupidity. But it knows everybody's number, no matter where you are in that preparedness continuum. I don't have a bug out bag. I do have my tool bag back here, but that's not a bug out bag. I don't have anything because I've taken too much for granted, because I do live like most of you in the United States of amnesia. I've just took too much for granted. But having been here, first thing I did was thank the good Lord that it didn't happen 2 miles down the road, because I lost steering and everything else. Lost pretty much control, and just happened to be at a place where I could get off the exit, get over here and wait. So I thank the good Lord for that. And folks, if there was ever a time we all need to be on our knees, it is now, for a whole variety of reasons, some of which are right here in the news. Now, I was going to do my State of the Disunion address, but that's not really helpful to anybody, although it would have probably been funny. So the point I'm trying to make in this video, at least part of it, is to have everything you need for when something happens. Yeah, what good does an EMP shield do me right now when I'm sitting in a truck with no serpentine belt? You dig? And I knew there was noise happening in this truck that was not usual for at least a few days, but I overlooked it. I guess foolishly I was thinking, oh, it'll just go away. It's an old truck. Well, if you know anything about me, I know as much about trucks as I do about NFL football, which is almost nothing. So yeah, y'all, stay alert, stay alive. But also, let me go into part two of what I'm sitting here pondering, because it doesn't have to be wasted time. Look, I'm sitting here, first thing I did was, okay, thank the Lord, do some deep breathing, got that squared away, did some of my speed reading and some of the other stuff going on. I thought maybe it was somebody that knew me. Anyway, did some of that. And once again, thank the Lord again, and got into the Word in the audio Bible, or the Bible that I have on my phone. Because like I said, this thing could have been really bad, but it ain't, and here I am. But it also gives me time to reflect on other things, and I guess I'll get out of the truck for this. First of all, we're expecting, the weather is t-shirt weather out here, despite being in a t-shirt. But I guarantee you, look what's behind me right now. See those little streaks in the sky? Well, all of a sudden, I'll bet $1 to a dime we're going to have some very bad weather, weird weather tomorrow. But that's something else to reflect on. It's really not that big a deal. But I'll tell you what the bigger deal is in all this, is I come over here, and hopefully y'all can hear me over all this noise. See that side of the interstate over there? All down through there. You know what that is? I'll be straight with you. Straight up. That is perfect ground to graze. I mean, it brings me right back to Joel Salatin and all the things that he's done and taught over these years that if we just grazed the sides of our interstates and highways, there is not a person on this planet that would be hungry. Not one. You wouldn't have to spray all the junk that goes on the side of there. Watersheds would improve. Everything on this planet would improve if we did only that. And every single time, there's not a time I drive up and down an interstate where I don't stop and think of that. It's jaw-dropping to me. I don't know. I guess it takes being broke down to really, really think about these things. But I'm just saying, look at all, I mean, even I'm looking at entire mountainsides up here where there's really nothing being done. It's not so steep that you couldn't run sheep and goats up there, even some breed of cattle, because it happens around where I live. It's not that we have a lack of resources, in my view. It's number one, they're mismanaged, poorly utilized, or we count on the powers that shouldn't be to give us the answers to things that really are not that difficult to solve. Anyway, look, y'all, I guess at the end of the day, I know it seems a little bit of a rambling here, but look, if you're broke down, what else do you have to do? Make the most of it. Worrying about things ain't going to make no difference at all. Not one bit. So I'm just going to thank the good Lord I got through this, and I'm getting through this. And thank God also that the one of maybe 5 things I know how to do on a vehicle is replace a serpentine belt. Anyway, y'all, if you need anything from us, we got bone saws back in stock. Not sure how much longer we'll have it. It's difficult to make and it takes a long time. But anyway, if you need it, it's there. EMP shield. Look, I don't sell ratchets or breaker bars or any of that stuff, but you better believe I'm going to start carrying them. All right, y'all. Hopefully this is a blessing to you. Till next time, this is Billy from Perma Pastures Farm on the side of an interstate where permaculture even still is my passion, even out here, y'all. We'll see y'all next time.